Okay, so if you are just now thinking about like revamping your whole fitness regime and all that kind of stuff, which usually happens in the spring, right? Everybody starts the new year going, oh my goodness, yes, I'm gonna do this and I'm gonna do it by myself. And then here we are 3 months later and you're like, oh my God, it didn't happen. So let's start. All right, these are 5 things to do to like start your fitness thing. Number 1, do some research. Okay, do research. Find out as much as you can about different kinds of moves, different ways to use machines, whatever it is you're thinking that you're going to be doing. Start doing some research on what kind of things you're going to be utilizing. All right, 2, know your goals and your starting stats. Right, so you need to know where you currently are, and then decide what kind of goals you want to meet. If you want to do SMART goals, if you want to do just, fitness related goals, if you want to do size goals, fat goals, whatever it is, decide what kind of goals that you want to have, and then start measuring where you currently are so that you have something to compare it to, right? And you essentially want to give yourself about 3 months worth of time here. Okay, so that's kind of the big thing here is consider 3 months worth of time. What do you honestly think you can accomplish in those 3 months? All right, 3, create the plan, follow the plan. Okay, make a plan, stick to the plan. So decide kind of what all you want to do within those 3 months. What is it that's your actual plan? What is feasible? How many times are you going to be able to get to the gym? Or are you doing at-home workouts? Or are you going to be walking outside? Are you going to be walking with a weighted vest? Are you going to be doing sprints? Like, are you only doing weightlifting? Are you mixing in, what are just calisthenics? Like, what's your plan here? So come up with the plan, and then that way you can execute the plan. Number 4, schedule your check-ins, whether this is weekly, monthly, or only at the end of that 3 months. Schedule your check-ins and put it on your calendar. Like, actually schedule it, right? And so that way you can compare your stats. Now, when we talk about stats, some things that you might want to consider: pictures, measurements, weight, if you have a fat caliber, if that's part of your goal, whether or not, what your current abilities are. So come up with like 5 different moves, or if it's flexibility, try to see if you can, either get a picture or, video of yourself stretching so that you can see whether or not you become more flexible. Have those stats, right? Decide what it is that you want to measure, and then that way you can compare them. All right, last but not least, take pictures of all of your food. And I mean like everything that you eat, because 1, you're going to need to know, or at least start paying attention to and start realizing how much it is that you eat. So if you don't finish your meal, take a picture of the plate or the container afterwards so you know how much was left over. I usually like to put my hand next to the thing that I'm eating so that I have a size comparison. Then you also know what time you're eating, because there's a timestamp on your phone when you eat, so you can start to see how often you eat. Or if you're the kind of person who is setting a timer to eat, you can make sure that you're actually sticking to that plan, right? And then last but not least, you'll also know what is actually on your menu of what you're eating versus like what you initially wanted to go into this with. Because again, here we are, it's April, and honestly, like, we're all human, okay? Life gets in the way. So if you had goals for the beginning of the year and you haven't met those goals, way to restart, man. Let's do this again. You can start any day. By the way, you don't have to start on a Monday. You seriously don't. You can start tomorrow, right? Like, you can start tomorrow, and I don't care what tomorrow is. So again, do some research, know your goals and your starting stats, make a plan, execute the plan, schedule your check-ins, and take pictures of your food. Ta-da. That's top 5. That's the top 5 things I would start with if you're wanting to get your fitness revamped for the next few months. Have fun. Let me know what you would add to this list in the comments. I want to hear from you guys. What should be added to this list? What else should I be doing? Let me know.